Dan and Mason here with another short episode of the Big Picture Blueprint YouTube series. And today we're talking a bit about undesirable characteristics and how to weigh them when evaluating land. So this is really top of mind for me because I know that there's some softwares people are using where they're just by default scrubbing out flood zones and wetlands and properties that don't have access. And if you're brand new and you don't know your market yet, this is not a good idea. I have sold a lot of lots in very nice areas that have both flood zones and wetlands. Actually sold one yesterday we'll talk about, and it's all a matter of the supply and demand in that market. So we'll get to it in a moment. But Mason?
Yeah, and I think the most important lesson to take from this is do not overgeneralize any of these specific things we're talking about to each, to all markets in the country. Everything is location dependent. Wetlands in some areas are absolute deal killers. Wetlands in other areas don't mean anything at all. Same with flood zone, same with access, and same with a lot of the what people typically call killers or filters that they put on. It's just market specific, which is the main point. So we'll illustrate a few examples here of some that don't mean a lot and some that would absolutely crush you if you executed on the deal.
Yeah, so I know you have an example you want to show, but since it's top of mind, it closed yesterday for me. I sold a lot. A visual wouldn't really add to this, but I sold a lot yesterday in North Carolina. Bought it for 25, sold it for 45. A couple days on market. I think it was a 45 to 50-day hold total, and it's entirely in a flood zone. But so is the whole neighborhood. Every house there is in a flood zone. Everybody knows that, but they want to live there because, unsurprisingly, it's right next to the ocean. It's a nice golf course neighborhood, and so it's just a matter of factoring in the flood insurance. And if you want to be in that neighborhood, you're going to be in a flood zone. So there was no supply in that area of lots that did not have a flood zone, yet there is substantial demand. So it didn't matter. And that is one of the overarching points we want to make here is when you look at a lot, let's say it's covered in a flood zone, maybe it's got some wetlands, look around. Does every single house avoid flood zones and wetlands? Are all the lots that are trading totally high and dry, or are a bunch of houses in the same scenario? That'll quickly answer your question.
Yeah, absolutely. And I will pull up a visual example right now of a lot that I wish I could provide more details